We no longer have to deal with the light situation. I got a new light. No longer have to worry about this. No longer have to worry about that. All right, how we doing, guys? How we doing? Let me just get some stuff ready here. So this stream, we are going to be reviewing some Reddit, which is totally not a terrible idea. Let me bring myself down to you guys' level now. So what we're gonna do is let me go ahead and do this. Boom. Hold up. It's infinite. Hold on. Let me figure this out real quick. There we go. Okay. So let me just make sure where we need to be real quick. Let me go ahead and be right with you guys. Okay, let's go ahead and get on into this. So, entire screen. Let me just make sure that this is working correctly before. There we go. Okay. So let's review some Reddit. I am at the moment on the Ask Reddit subreddit, where it has, I think, 48 million members and 6,000 online. And it's the second biggest Reddit site or subreddit on Reddit. So we're going to go through some of these, and I'm just going to give some of my opinions, just maybe help some people out, some people who might need some words of wisdom from a 21-year-old college student who drinks alcohol because he feels like he needs to since he just turned 21. Let's get going. Okay. I kind of want like situation-based ones. Ooh, this is a good one. What is the best reply to "I love you" if you don't love that person back? Let's see what some of these people are saying. My wife told me she loved me 3 weeks after we met, and I just told her I wasn't there yet, but that I cared about her. She was very understanding and okay, so that's good. That's good. Let me get some that are not very good. I love you too. I'll pass. A horrible decision, really. That's the winner right there. Terrible decision. You've got terrible taste. We are reading the same book, but you're a few pages ahead of me. It's oddly poetic. I mean, honestly, just say whatever feels right to you. Like, if you truly love that person, then just straight up be honest with yourself and them. But if you don't, then just be honest with them about that. There really isn't a magic secret to it or anything like that. Let's see here. How do you handle it? What is something people try to or do to try to be edgy that makes you cringe? I feel like people that are overly edgy to the point where it's not even funny. It is just, well, that's the whole point of it. I think that one specific thing is 9/11 jokes, which, don't get me wrong, I make them all the time, but I do think that it gets to the point where it just becomes cringe at some point, and it's not even really like funny anymore. It's just like, dude, you're just trying to be edgy. But I don't know. Whatever I think of like an edge lord or somebody who's like trying to be edgy, I think of like a classmate who like a student who just makes constant jokes trying to get some sort of reaction. It's If someone said hold up three fingers. Which three fingers would you hold up? That's a weird question. I don't know. They're just sitting there going like this. They're like, this could be a good Reddit question. I mean, probably this. I love you. I got it tattooed. Not me, actually. If not, three. You got three. Three. I don't know what that is, but I usually just use the middle one. What is something you're naturally good at? Taking content and making new content out of it because I'm not creative enough to make my own stuff. So introverts have run it. No, if you made a YouTube. Oh, well, this one's fitting. If you made a YouTube, Twitch, or Discord community, what subjects would it mostly cover? Has been hotel, mostly. I mean, I do some other stuff here and there on the side, but it's mostly has been hotel stuff. I just released a new a video, a new guest that has been hotel a character video, part 3. So let's hope it does good as the rest of them. The first one, my highest view video of like 6,600 viewers or something like that. So thank you so much for that. And thank you for 300 subscribers too. I really appreciate it. It definitely means a lot to me. We'll say that. I've been working at 300 for a long time and I've only recently got back into it. And the fact that I've only been active for a few weeks now and I've gotten such a massive, I mean, obviously it's not the biggest blow up, but it's a blow up and I absolutely love it. So thank you guys for that. I really appreciate it. I'm going to keep making content because I really enjoy it and you guys seem to like it. And that's all that I need. Okay. Hmm. Let's see. What was your the first phone you got? Flip phone, baby. One of those black flip phones where you just like it wasn't anything fancy. It was literally just open it up and there's a keypad. I know that is before my time, but that's what I started with. Just because I wasn't born around the time of flip phones doesn't mean that I was born with an iPhone in my hand. I had to wait a while before I actually got an iPhone. Ooh, your favorite alcoholic drink? Well, as somebody who has been 21 for Jesus. For somebody who has been 21 for a couple weeks now, I feel that it is my sworn duty to talk about alcoholic beverages. I mean, I'd say, God, I almost said Bloody Mary. God, no, I can't stand Bloody Marys. It's just ketchup. No, Easy Lover. Easy Lover. I forget what's in it, but it's like some sort of vodka. I want to say cranberry, mango, maybe. I'm not sure, but I had it in the Dominican Republic and it was very good. It was my favorite drink for sure. Then again, it was watered down. So in the States, it probably would have been way more alcoholic and way harder to digest. What day do you put deadlifts on in your workout split? I do not, because I tried it one time, hurt my back, and never did it again. But actually, I have my workout list right here. I'll just say it. Maybe it'll help some people out. So Monday I do arm day. I do 4 sets of 10 cable curls. So I take cables, put them at the bottom, and I just curl them. 5 sets of 10 deltoid raise, which is this machine where you put like your hands in here and then you like lift up your arms and do that. 4 sets of 10 shoulder press, which is just like one of these things. 4 sets of 10 tricep dips, which is, you're sitting down and you're like pushing them down using your triceps. 3 of 20 shoulder pull on the cable. So you put a cable up to like above your forehead and you use it, and then you use your shoulders to pull it back, and it helps you with your back too, which is nice. Shoulder cable low pull, 4 of 20. Then you do the same thing. Excuse me. You take the same thing, you put it at the bottom, you put that the cable at the bottom or just somewhere lower like your waist region. maybe your ankles, and then you just like pull it up like this. Tricep pull down, 5 sets of 10. Oh yeah, the last one was 4 sets of 10. 5 sets of 10 tricep pull down. So you put I put, I can't remember. I think I put the black rope things, and I do that for my cable pull downs. And then for cardio, I do running slash jogging. So first lap, I'm at 3.5 speed. Second lap, 5.5. Third, 6.5. Fourth, 3.0. And the last quarter, I do a full sprint of 8.0. So that's what I do for my Monday workout. Tuesday, bit shorter. For my cardio, I do 15 minutes of the row machine. I do a squat machine, so 4 sets of 10, 300 pounds. Not to brag. Actually, that's probably not even good. I don't know. I don't keep up with gym culture. I just go to the gym. I do the squat machine, which is, I forget what it's called. It's basically you push off and it's a machine, so you won't like be crushed. 4 sets of 20 calf extensions, which I just learned actually. That you're not supposed to do it like from the tips of your toes. You're supposed to start with like your feet. Like your feet are like this normally. You're not supposed to start like this and go down. You're supposed to start down here and then go up and down like that instead of just like that. It gets you more momentum. So 4 sets of 20 for that. Seated leg curl and leg extensions. 4 sets of 10 for the curl. 5 sets of 10 for extensions. I actually maxed out leg extensions. Curl is basically taking your leg and going in. Extensions is taking your leg and going out. So that's what I do for that. Wednesday, I do 15 minutes of cycling. This is my chest day, so this is a big one. Last one was leg day, but this is a bigger one. I do chest press, 5 sets of 10. So, sitting down and just doing this thing. Low high flies, 4 sets of 10. I put the device at the bottom, take the cables, and just like go like this, and do that for both arms. 6 of 10 cable crossover, which is where I take this and I like do that and try to get like the inner pectoral muscle with both arms. 5 sets of 10 cable downward bench. So I put them up and then like go down like this and like really, I make sure there's a lot of tension whenever it's coming back. 5 sets of 10 incline press. So just an incline bench press. And then 5 sets of 10 pec fly, which is, I can't remember what machine that is. I think it's like this, maybe. I'm not sure. I haven't been to the gym in a while because I got some new ink, so I'm trying not to sweat too much. Back day, Thursday, I do vertical traction, 5 sets of 15. Basically, I forget what they're called, but I think they're lat pull downs where you just pull down like this. 5 sets of 10 pull downs to the chest. So I take the bar and I just pull down like this. Whereas instead of doing this, I'm doing this. So it's a different motion. Triangle pull down, same thing, but with a triangle. So it's just like this the whole time. Seated row pull, I get on the seated row and then I pull. And then vertical row, which is just like one of these things. I don't do cardio on back day. And then core day on Friday, I do 3 sets of 20. I'm just gonna show you this. Actually, it's better this way. So I do that. I don't know if you can see it or not. Do that. Do that. And then treadmill run and walk for 10 minutes, just kind of variations. I do some boxing. So that's my whole workout, actually. But anyway, let's go ahead and get back to this. I just saw the deadlifts and was like, oh, yeah. Because I used to go to the gym and not have any clue what to do. But now I have my own routine, and that's been helping me a lot lately. Let's see. I don't want to answer like personal questions like that. Your go-to recipe for a quick dinner? Pizza, baby. Throw a pizza in. What kinds of errors/details do you notice in movies that people don't? That's actually interesting. I would say Probably I notice continuity errors a lot. Like we're just watching this movie called Ella Enchanted the other night, and I'd never seen it before. It's basically Cinderella mixed with some fairy tale stuff. Whatever, it's a fine movie. But I noticed that there was this character at first that the main character, Ella, the Anne Hathaway character, she was friends with, and then she couldn't say no to anything. She was obedient. That was her curse, and her friend is like a different race, so she was told by her evil stepsisters, Cinderella, to like say that she couldn't be friends with someone like her anymore. I don't know how they said it. And then at the end, the friend just comes back like nothing happened, and I was just like, "Whoa, wait, what the fuck? Why are they friends again? What happened there? When did that happen?" So those are the kind of things I notice. There are a lot of things I notice but excuse, like if oh my god, yeah, I think this counts as continuity errors. Um, Whenever like there's like a really big jump or something like that, like a character, and it's got to be like on Earth too. It's got to be uh, it's got to be how do I say like set on some place that has our gravity, and it's clear it does. Like they jump really high or something like that. I'm like, whoa, how are they able to do that? They don't have powers. They're like, this is a movie about monsters and dragons, but yet you think that, well, I mean, they still go by the same rules that we do. So that's the kind of thing that I notice with movies and stuff. Um, um, if you go back to your childhood years, would you, and why? Yes, of course I would, because why wouldn't you? I mean, like, everything is better when you're a kid. That's why everybody always says, oh, back in my day, things were cheaper and things were better when I was a kid. It's like, well, you're a kid. Everything is good when you're a kid. Getting old is the shit part. There you go. I just quoted Ricky Gervais for you. That's just the thing. It's all about perception. Like, I'm sure that kids who grew up during 9/11 still thought their childhood probably rocked because they were kids. Sure, that thing happened, but like they were kids, so everything was still good. Like their innocence was still there, in a way. But you could bring one historical figure back to life, but must be to cause the most amount of chaos or mischief you want. Who do you pick? Wait, I'm a little confused by the question. So I bring back somebody from history, but they have to cause as much chaos and mischief as I want. Which means I want them to do none, and that's still okay. So I would say I'd say Einstein probably is the best pick, Albert Einstein, because like Albert Einstein he was a genius. So it's like, well, why not bring him back and see if there's anything he can do to fix things? Let's see. I don't know if I should talk about this or not. Screw it. What should be illegal in your state/country but isn't? Taxes, dude. I get some taxes are necessary and they go towards things that help, but dude, the government just taxes and taxes and taxes and taxes until we basically have barely anything to get by. Like that's why the prices are so high, and that's why things are getting so much worse, is because they're taking so much money from us. I'm not trying to get political or anything, but taxes are, like they say, it's a free country. You can do whatever you want, but you got to pay us taxes, though. It's like, well, that doesn't make any sense. Lands of the free, home of the taxed. I don't know. But I better not get into that because I'm probably going to piss off some history nerds or something like that, of which I am kind of one, but still. What was a sad scene in a film that you watched before? So what is a sad scene in a film that you've seen? survive the first 15 minutes of Up, which, by the way, that movie is not as good as people say it is. It's only considered good because of the first 15 minutes. I got to make a review on that, honestly, because, dude, it's a common misconception that Up is this masterpiece. Well, the first 15 minutes are, yeah. If the rest of the movie was like that, I would agree with you, but it wasn't. It was just kind of meandering around with this kid and this bird and this dog, and that's with this old man. It's like, well, it's kind of whatever. I mean, I don't know if this counts. What's the most bizarre, unexpected skill you picked up during adulthood that you never thought you'd need? Learning how to cook a little bit. Some air fryers. I knew I would need it, but I didn't think I would need it to the extent I'm at now. If you have 1 minute to explain your life to an alien, what would you say? I would save 58 seconds and say, you don't want to know. But I don't even know. A lot of these are duplicates. I don't have a cat because I'm a dog person. If you could relive any moment or day, what would it be and why? See, a lot of people would say oh, I would go back in time. Nope, that says relive, meaning that you've lived it already and now you got to live it again. I would relive Avengers Endgame. Not even the whole movie. I would just relive Avengers Assemble. Because, dude, has anything ever been able to top that? It set a standard and a precedent, and it never has been topped, and it probably never will be topped, because it's how can you get much more epic than that? That's the thing that I dreamed about when I was a kid, getting all the heroes together to fight all the bad guys. Like that, I would 100% relive that. But my only complaint is I was in a theater basically by myself, which meant that there was no crowd to cheer on like the rest of the videos that you see online. So I would see it with a bunch of other people. But then again, if I relived it, it would just be me by myself. Oh, Jesus, dude. Whoa, this one's sad. How do you keep on living when you wish you didn't exist? God, dude. I live out of spite. My friend Mary Jane helps. Fair enough if that works for you, buddy. Searching for meaning and purpose in life will get you nowhere. I am sorry, but you probably won't find anything. You got to make it yourself. You got to make the meaning and purpose yourself. Because if you start living for other people or for other things that besides yourself, you're not going to be happy because you're never going to be content. Jesus, it's sad to see some of this. And just keep your head up, man. Keep your head up. It gets better. It really does. I don't know. I mean, you gotta make life not suck. Because the thing about life, in my opinion, is that it automatically sucks from the moment you're born. Life sucks. And you gotta make it not suck. That's the job. That's the challenge. And it's really, really hard. You gotta find stuff that interests you. You gotta figure out what you like. You gotta keep on pushing through, and it's not easy. But if it, I've heard this a million times and I've said it a million times, if it was easy, everybody would do it. And that's why some people are not able to make their life what they want. So you got to make your life the way that you want it before it's too late. That's my best advice, is just make life what you want it to be. Don't live through other people. Don't live for social media. Don't live the nonsense. Live you. That's all I gotta say. Just keep on living, man. I'm trying not to get too personal or political. Those two things will stab me in the back, and I do those things. They'll come back to haunt me, so I'm good. What food do you want to stop eating but can't? Chips. Let's keep going. What's the most important thing you learned from your previous relationship? I'm gonna put relationships. This is probably the most personal I will get on here, but not personal like that much. I'm just gonna say, what did I say? That was the biggest thing I learned. That everybody has as complex of a life as you have, and if you expect other people to put their lives on the line for yours, that's just not fair. I dropped something. Oh well, I dropped it. It's gone into the abyss. Basically, if you can't rely on someone else to fill in the gaps in your life. You got to do it. You got to do that yourself. Now, granted, I'm not saying they can't help you, but they will never be able to fully fill. You have to put in the work for yourself as much as they got to put in the work for themselves. And you got to help each other out. That's the beauty of it. What's something you're looking forward to doing when you're old? If I even reach the age of old for whatever reason, nothing. I'm looking forward to just being able to do nothing. Not have to be on the run all the time. Not have to do a bunch of stuff. Like just sit back and relax. You can't really do that. And you're not supposed to sit back and relax in your 20s. You're supposed to work on grinds. That's just what you're supposed to do. What is happening right now that most people aren't aware of? This live stream. Why are you miserable today? Okay, this could be an interesting one, actually. I am not. Loneliness. I mean, the only person who can get yourself out there to meet new people is you. So I'm just saying, if you really want it, you got to go out there and get it. You got to go out there and meet people. There's billions of people out there. Someone's bound to like you, whether it be in a friend situation, romantic situation, whatever. There's plenty of people out there. You just got to try. And if it doesn't work, you keep trying, because there's enough people to where there's a high percentage. I'm miserable today because my coffee decided to stage a protest and taste more like dirty dishwater than the magical elixir it usually is. I've been staring at my to-do list like it's a horror movie, wondering if I can get away with just scrolling through cat memes instead. Honestly, the biggest decision I've made today is whether to wear my I woke up like this hoodie or I'm definitely still in bed pajamas. Either one works. I mean, depending on where you're going, I guess some places won't let you do that. But if you're just getting up and going to school, screw it, man. Like, even if they have a dress code, screw it. It's stupid. Wear what you want as long as it's not offensive or anything, or anything inappropriate. It's like, well, just wear whatever you want, man. Yeah, and coffee, I definitely get where you're coming from. I used to be an avid coffee drinker. Now I just drink anything. Yeah, I totally get that. That's valid. That's valid. Chronic depression. There's medicine for that. There's not to diminish anybody or anybody's stances or anybody's situations. I'm just offering what I know. There is medicine for that. There's people who care, who you could talk to, and if you don't have anybody that cares that you can talk to, then I might highly recommend a counselor or a therapist of some sort, a trained professional who will help you. Because in my opinion and my personal experience, professional help is way better than any other kind of help, including family and friends, because they're trained to do this. Like, they're trained to help you. God, this is getting depressing. I can't keep. Oh. This is a tough one. Okay. I can't keep friends. I just lost 2 friends I'd known for 6 and 4 years, respectively. I can't stop thinking about it. It was my fault, though. My mom kicked me out and they took me in, but I still fucked up. Dude, I have been in your shoes. It's not easy to lose friends, and it's definitely not easy to admit when you're wrong. But you've both have happened now. And the only thing you can do is move on. In fact, I kind of want to see what the replies are to this. You can't change the past, but you can definitely shape your future. That's right. It's happened, it's in the past, and there's nothing you can do about it now besides move forward. I mean, yeah, try and fix the bond if you can. If you can, you don't have to be friends again, but at least make sure you guys don't end on good terms. At least make sure you guys do end on good terms. I think that's what you're trying to say. Not everyone's your friend. The people I was friends with for 5+ years came to my house to jump me over a small dispute. Good God. You live and you learn. You'll meet new friends along the way and hopefully improve the way you are a friend to people. Absolutely. I definitely get this. It's taken me over a year to figure out the flaws and faults in me and the way I was with people in the past. And it's a hard pill to swallow. It's the hardest thing I've ever had to go through. But eventually you will see that it wasn't meant to stay. It was a temporary thing, and I get it. Okay, I've lost a lot of people who meant the absolute world to me, and it was my fault. And I didn't take it well when they left, and I dug myself into an even deeper hole. And it still haunts me to this day. But there's nothing I can do about it. There's no amount of talking that can fix it. It's just gotta move on. And that's all you can do is just try to move on. It's really hard. Change is really hard, but that's why it's worth it in the end. Because it dawned on me that some people don't have to work as hard as I do to enjoy life. They simply can do it. Yep. It's the same for everything, man. It's the same for everything. Like, also, if you guys have anything you guys want to put in the stream that you want me to read, just let me know. Yeah, some people just don't have to work as hard. Let me just check the last stream real quick. Okay, cool. Sorry about that. Yeah, man, some people just don't have to work hard to enjoy life. They just do, and I love that optimism because I can't have it. Oh, I don't know if I should even read this one. The realization of why I don't even know if I could say those words, is so high, and the acceptance that there's a high probability that I'll probably become part of that statistic. No, don't do it, man. It's not worth it. Some people think that's the only way out, and no. It's not. Like I said, reach out to people who will care, because somebody's bound to. You've had a cold for the last few days. Now that is that does suck. That really does suck. Warm soup. That'll help. Some soup. Okay. I think that's enough of that. That got real depressing real quick. What was your first addiction? Real addiction, caffeine, I would say. That's still an addiction I have. You know what? I'm tired of all these ones. Let's go to top. Let's go for the big guns. Top of all time. All right, skipping over that one. That is a really good pun, I gotta admit. Would you watch a show where a billionaire CEO has to go an entire month on their lowest paid employee salary without access to any resources than that of the employee? What do you think would happen? I would 100% watch that. Call it demoted. Yeah, I would 100% watch that. I think they would go insane. I think that will work too. I think that would really, really work. What if God came down one day and said, it's pronounced Jod, then left? I'd be like, all right, give it up for Jod, everybody. I don't even know what that means. Stanley. Oh, dude. This was in the subreddit? Stanley passed away at 95 years old 6 years ago. Yeah, man. Dude absolutely changed the game. Hell, he was the game. Like, he just... Excelsior, man. 6 years later, and he's still such a prominent figure in pop culture. Bill Gates said, I will always choose a lazy person to do a difficult job because a lazy person will find an easy way to do it. It's actually pretty smart. It's a real life example of this. Me at work all the time. Right. How would you feel about a law that bans radio stations playing commercials with honk? Oh, I get this. Yes. Yeah, that could be a safety hazard, honestly. So you gotta be careful. What if Earth is like one of those uncontacted tribes in South America? Like the whole galaxy knows we're here, but they've agreed not to contact us until we figure it out for ourselves. Well, I feel like if they were going to publicly contact us, they would have done it already because we've theorized about aliens and stuff for like years now, for decades, maybe even centuries. We've been theorizing about them for a while, so I feel like they would have done it by now, and we're aware. At least I'm pretty sure we're aware. Then again, I will say the South American tribes, I forget what it's called, but those tribes are one of the most interesting pieces of history to me. Like, they are stuck in the year 1, they're stuck there. And we're 2,000 years ahead of them. It's like it's so cool to me. And I saw this person who said, like, we should do a drone show over them and become their god. But it's like, I don't think that will work because, one, I think they would just throw spears at it and just waste all their spears. And two, we don't know how to contact these people, even if we tried. We don't know how to talk to them. We don't know they have their own language that we can't decipher. There's like no way for us to talk to them, so it's literally just like we're just gonna have to leave them alone. But that is one of my absolute favorite pieces of modern history right there, if not my favorite, honestly. Without saying, oh, this is a fun one. Without saying the category, what are your top 5? Let me think. Ooh, nobody's gonna guess this one. Okay. Descendants, Something Rotten, Grease, Willy Wonka, Frozen Jr. Good luck with that one. Ooh, I'm actually curious about this one. What free thing should people take advantage of on the internet? Psychology topics to read, easy to read modules. Okay. Wide selection of icons. Free courses for all levels of study. 2D editing, 3D editing. Video editing. I didn't know that. Adobe. Oh my God, this person put effort in. Jeez. And these people are just commenting. Oh, thank you so much. Okay, good. I was about to say they deserve some credit for that. With all the negative headlines dominating the news these days, it can be difficult to spot signs of progress. What makes you optimistic about the future? I don't know about signs of progress, but I am excited for the future in some ways because look at where we are now. I mean, think about it. AI has been around for a few years now. I want to say 2018, 2019 was when it first became like really prominent, to where like back then, it was barely stringing together sentences with people's voices. Now we it's hard to tell what's AI and what isn't anymore, since there's deep fakes along with voices like AI voices, to where that now you could literally have the president say something online and it could be considered true for a little bit until it's debunked. Like there is like 5 minutes maybe of probability, maybe an hour. I'll give it an hour of probability where it's like this could be real. But I don't know. It's like there's so much. I'm also scared, but I'm also interested. So maybe not optimistic, but you know. Serious. Americans, would you be in support of putting a law in place that government officials such as senators and the president go without pay during shutdowns like this, while other federal employees do? Why or why not? Sure, I don't have enough knowledge on these types of things, so I probably shouldn't comment on that. So we're just going to keep going. With Christmas 364 days away, I'm guessing this was December 26th, posted then. People who already have their decorations up. Why? Yeah, why? They should be they should be up Christmas Day and that's it. Just that one day of decorating. That's it. No, you can do it. You can do it the month of December. I'm barely lenient on November. Then again, it's not my property, so you do whatever you want. But I don't understand it. Even though I have my Halloween decorations up since a couple of weeks ago, I do not understand putting Christmas lights and stuff like that out until like before Thanksgiving. I don't understand it. It's got to be after Thanksgiving. It just makes sense. It's more of a like a vibe type thing. Halloween decorations can probably be up year round and it'll feel fine. Oh, this was 4 years ago. Okay, you go to sleep on the 31st of December 2020 and wake up the next day, but when you check your phone, it says January 1st, 2020. After the first couple of days, you realize it's just like Groundhog Day. What do you do with the information you have about 2020? I mean, I think the only realistic thing here is get to work on figuring out where that COVID stuff started and do not let that happen. I mean, it was nature's half-assed attempt at solving the population issue. It's like, well, so yeah, I guess that'd be the best option. Or, I mean, you could invest in business. You could definitely invest in TikTok. That'll definitely help. Invest in businesses that are going to be like really big. Let's see. Let's see. Oh my, yes. How would you feel about a law that requires people over the age of 70 to pass a specialized driving test in order to continue driving? Yes. Oh my God. Like, I get it. They're old, but that's not an excuse for going slow. I'm sorry. But with how old you are, you should know how to drive. I'm sorry. This isn't even hate or anything like that. It's just, it's a hazard. Sorry if this ends up being long. It did end up being long. Oh my God. This whole thing. I'm not reading all that. Here in Illinois, my grandpa had to do it every year after 75. Okay, maybe not every year. That might be a bit of a stretch. I mean, come on. They're old, but they're not senile, hopefully. That's a great idea. I'm going to call my 68-year-old congressman and ask him to support such a legislation. That's that's actually a good point. They're not going to put up legislation that is going to impact them in a not positive way. I'm not going to say negative, but just an inconvenient way. And if they ever need to get a vote on such an issue, it's not like seniors are the best at getting themselves to the polls. Oh, yeah. old retired guy here, 74 years old to be precise. I would accept such a test provided it was only to really get. I mean, yeah, because I mean, let's be real here. We're not doing it because of slow drivers. That was really just a joke. We're doing it because it could be a safety concern. We don't know what condition these people are in. We want to make sure because after a while, your brain doesn't start working as well, and we want to make sure. So I would definitely be able to be in support of that. Okay, World War III trending on day 2 of 2020. I get that happened, but 2020, the Pope slapped a woman on the first day. Why did I not hear about that? Turns out 2021 is just bizarre. Not presented as 2020. Okay, these are a lot of dated stuff. People who have only fans, what is stopping you from upgrading to an air conditioner? You know what? Clever. Clever. All right. Stephen Hawking passing away. Yeah. What life-changing item can you buy for less than $100? Let me think. I mean, well, no, because phones are actually pretty expensive nowadays. They're definitely more than 100. I mean, you could buy a decent laptop. That might change your life. Maybe you buy that laptop, and on that laptop, you go on a dating site, and then you meet somebody, and you guys get married one day. That wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for said laptop. But let's see what Redditors said. 2 pet ducks. You may be tempted to go for one, but trust me, you need 2. And you'll have about $76 left over. How exactly is that life changing? Nice try, Jeff Bezos. Another monitor, your productivity increases drastically. Well, I just got a laptop, so that's not going to work for me, buddy. Coffee maker, house plant. I don't really care about plants. I'm sorry, but I really don't. Well, I got some errands I was supposed to run. How do you cope with being treated like you are crazy for following COVID? No, you're not crazy if you follow the guidelines. Just live your life. I don't care. This was 4 years ago. It's not even topical anymore. That's girls who took notes using 50 different colored pens. Where are you now? Do you still continue to write using all those colors? I would like to know. My grade 9 science teacher forced you to do that. Color coding everything. You understood the material better because you think about it longer to color code it. Did it work? Yeah, did it? Jeez, I'm gonna have to look into that. Granted, I'm only a year away from graduation, but graduation. Yeah, it seems like they're doing just fine. Fair enough, dude. Fair enough. I wonder how you categorize that while taking notes. Like, okay. What are underrated websites and what do you use them for? I use vocal remover websites for like covers and stuff. Like, what I did for my loser baby one. I'm sorry. Good God. Okay. I don't know what she's doing. What is something free from the internet everyone should take advantage of? I feel like there's going to be a lot of the same answer on that one. If if OK Boomer was a digital assistant like OK Google, what sorts of answers would it give you to certain questions? Nothing a handy hammer can't fix or something like that. Oh, that's clever. Former flat earthers, what made you come round? That's fair enough. I don't understand flat earth society. I don't understand it. Like, oh, you think that we all live On a pancake? Sure. Yeah, I'll believe that. Oh, this right here. Yes. Can I highlight this? This right here. Yes, if instead of rebooting movies, retelling them from a different point of view became popular, which movie would you like retold? That's what we should be doing instead of these stupid Disney live action remakes. For God's sake, do it from the villain's perspective. Aladdin, do it from Jafar's perspective. Well, that'd be twisted. Do it from the genie's perspective. Like it starts when he comes out of the bottle or something like that. For Little Mermaid, do it from Ursula's perspective. Do like a twisted version. You have the option to do this, but you're just a bunch of lazy idiots at Disney just making lazy money. That's all you're doing. And it pisses me off, dude. I am so sick to death of those things. Like, make them creative at least, or at least give them color. How the F do you make friends as an adult if you don't drink? Are those two related? As far as I'm concerned, you don't have to drink to make friends. I've made plenty of friends who don't drink and could. So I volunteer. I don't know, the same way you would if you did find friends that if you drank. Like you don't have to go to a bar to find friends. If anything, that's where you. Well, okay. Okay. I feel like this is stupid. What's the coolest website you visited that no one knows about? Why would you do that? Like everybody loves to gatekeep their websites and stuff because because there's less traffic to it, meaning I guess there's pros and cons to the whole situation. um Ooh, these two look good. I'm gonna start with this one. Therapist of Reddit, what was your biggest, I know I'm not supposed to judge you, but holy shit moment? I want to read this. I was counseling a 13-year-old girl for anxiety, and she reported abuse. I don't know if I could say that on here from her stepdad. I called her mom and told her mother I need to call Child Protective Services. Turns out that CPS was already aware, and the abuse was first reported. Oh, I just said it. Oh, well, around the patient's age 7. Mom was aware of the abuse and stayed. I feel disrespectful saying it like that. And stayed with her husband anyway. It was a complicated situation. That's it. I mean, that's terrible. That's awful. But that's the worst you come up with. Not come up with, but you know. Oh, the one underneath it, however. Oh, my professor once shared what a patient said that made her quit her job. I didn't. Or my daughter, she liked it. The daughter was 6. Okay, let's move on before I throw up. I work at a residential group home. We had a kid who had admitted about 4 months prior when in family session they mentioned they had parasites. I'm like, what? Mom goes, oh yeah, our whole family has them. We don't believe in getting rid of them since they're part of our biological ecosystem. And I'm dumbstruck. We spent 3 weeks afterwards convincing the family it was an infectious disease concerns as other residents have fecal eating behaviors and various other. I nope. I'm good. I'm good. Once had a patient whose wife shook their baby to death. He wanted help reconnecting with his wife. What? At the time, I was a young father of a newborn myself, and it triggered a lot of fear in me for my own child, a deep loathing of a spouse, and pity, the how pathetic kind, for the patient. I tried for 3 sessions, met his spouse and everything before handing the case over to my supervisor, who knew about my initial reactions and tried to help me through it. Unfortunately, it ended up being more about my feelings than his, and I was new to the profession at the time. These things are expected to crop out from time to time, or crop up from time to time, but I was still taken aback by my own reaction. I would be too. Um. Okay, let's do this one, and then we'll move on. Never mind. Where'd it go? There we go. Some of my clients are shockingly bad at giving themselves credit. Holy shit. Like, they might get a nearly straight A GPA in a brutal major while battling depression, or overcome years of phobia and getting behind the wheel again, or write a literal novel, or raise a kid as a single parent with low income, or build new relationships after getting burned, or cope with OCD well enough to hold down a job. And they'll talk about themselves as if everyone on earth is better than them, as if their accomplishments are worthless. And I know it's because of depression or anxiety or another condition, but I'm often stunned by how differently I see them compared to how they see themselves. You know, it's funny you should mention that, because that patient is me. I can never give myself credit because I don't want to. Okay, people who downloaded their Google data and went through it, what were the most unsettling things you found out that they had stored about you? That there is a map of everywhere I went the last couple of years that's accurate to the hour. An audio recording. I'm not saying that one. I'm the vice president of a company that I never heard of and can't find any other info on it. So basically, they follow your exact location to the detail to the hour. Oh, Ruth Bader Ginsburg when she passed away. Yeah, there's a lot of these on here. Fair enough, though. Hmm. You know what? Um, I've always wanted to know how to lucid dream. So I'm going to check it out on here. Because I've always wanted to learn how to do it, but I've never been able to. And I figured if there's any good place to look it up, it's on here. Okay, keep a dream journal, practice reality checks. Oh, that's an interesting way of putting it. Huh. That's actually really interesting. Hmm. Okay. We're on the stream right now. Okay. Honestly, I'm good. I think I'm good. Once again, thank you so much for the thank you so much for 300 subscribers and all of the comments and the views and the likes and all that. Thank you so much for all of it. I really appreciate it very, very much. It is very nice to know that. Oh, thank you for the hearts. It's very nice to know that people enjoy what I make and create on here. It's very, very nice. So thank you so very much for watching the stream if you did, and thank you for watching my videos in general. Let's see if we can get us up to 400 subscribers up next, because that would be cool. Until then, I'm going to work on making this less blue. So thank you so much, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.